Assalamu alaikum, everyone. This is Engineer Sultan. Today, I will briefly summarize the book of Lean Product Management. Let me introduce about myself. I am electrical engineer with 4 years experience in transportation industry. And currently, I'm taking engineering management master. And here we go. Let's start for summarizing this book. Our author is Greg Cohen. He is an American engineer with a bachelor's degree in electrical and mechanical engineering. He has a master's degree in business administration. The author has formed his own company which is called Agile Excellence for consulting customers in product management. The book is a guided book for whom are interested at leading in product management. Our outlines, as you can see here, that in the first chapter we will discuss about the introduction to the lean product management. Second chapter we will go through fit challenge for the product management. Lastly, we will discuss about how to become lean. Lean product management is defined as follows. Achieving optimal product market fit and record time with fewer resources. It is a continuous learning and improvement process. There is no moment when we can claim we have arrived. We can only say we performed better today than yesterday. And I believe we can do even better tomorrow if the following improvements are implemented. The role of lean product manager. The product managers as a link between the issue and solution domains. Actually, he looked like the bridge between those two areas. The product manager work in the issue space to discover customer problem, identify those that the customer is ready to pay to resolve the issue, and then verifies that there are enough customers who share the problem to establish a market. The role of lean product manager in the solution space. The product manager works with the designers, user experience experts, and engineers to explore possible solutions to the problem. The goal is to find a solution that is technically visible and can be produced at a cost well below the price the customer is willing to pay, delivered and serviced through a distribution channel that can reach the target market cost effectively. Differentiate from a competitive alternative. So it can be competing in the market. This is one of the main things. Product managers may achieve product market fit by increasing overall effectiveness and efficiency. A good product may be created by a great product manager, and a strong product management process can contribute to a company long-term competitive advantage. Here is an equation which will summarize what we have discussed. The purpose is to carry out operations that improve product market fit, reduce time to market, and lower cost. The first half of the equation deals with the revenue, and the second half with the cost. Fifth, shaping and sustaining faith is an iterative process that must be tested frequently, beginning with idea creation and continuing through limited availability and post-launch stages. This testing is done using a combination of qualitative and quantitative methodologies. Regarding concept development fit, during concept development uh, fit is usually measured qualitatively through interviews and focus groups. Advanced methodologies such as problem dedication analysis can assist in ranking problems to be solved. Career surveys can give insight into which product difficulties, if solved, would generate excitement from users and inversely, which problem fit not to solve would generate unhappiness. Companies can use adaptive conjunct analysis to test multiple configurations and cost in order to determine the relatively trade-off that users will make. Limited availability and post-launch fit. And in this regard, once the product is on the market, metrics may be monitored to see how well the product fits and if it is improving or declining over time. You have an advantage with online product. You can track it or key performance indicators of it using market metrics like conversation engagement and retention rates. And regarding the MBS, which is a net promoter score, divides customers into three groups based on a single question. The survey, okay, 1 second, let me here. Yes. Yes, here we go. We are going to ask the customers to rate our question from 0 to 10. The question is, how likely are you to recommend X company to a colleague or friend?
Your attention,
Based
please.
on that,
Be careful of not falling between the train and the platform.
we will have one of the three categories, which are promoters, and we have also passive, which are who are the people who rated from 7 to 8, passive. And for the people who are rated from 0 to 6, they are called deterrecators. The percentage of promoters versus the percentage of deterrecators determine a company's net promoter score. A score of more than 50 is considered exceptional. Okay. Here we will speak about um, Servio.io. Servio.io is a product-focused questioning platform that helps startups assess their fit. The following questions are posed to users. How would you feel if you could no longer use our product? Let's say experiment. Very disappointed, somewhat disappointed, not disappointed. I no longer use it. Those are our four categories or four answers. Based on those answers, we have if 40% or more say they are extremely disappointed, the product has a great fit. If it is less than 40%, you must. And thus, the apathetic users conduct additional research to determine what will be required in order to enhance the product. Beta. It is not always ideal to make the product available to the general audience. In this case, invite only beta. Invite only. Beta tests provide for genuine input. The comments will be less diverse than in a larger release, but beta tester involvement should be higher. Fit may be measured via discussion, measures, and surveys for those people. Regarding the foundation of lean product management is founded on lean theory and theory of constraints, with a good dose of business, product, and market strategy theory thrown in the mix. It consists of a set of principles to guide action, a process framework that establishes context and outlines the best path to product market fit, and a collection of practices that corresponds to principles. The book also have discussed about the theory of lean product management according to the Lean Enterprise Institute. Lean is a five-step conceptual process: determine customers' value, create a value schema, build flow, establish, seek perfection. Model. The models is covered with the second chapter, which is the product fit challenge. The product management aim to shed light on the dark region to match the appropriate process to the product management challenge at hand. True, most product management strategy have been defined by one-size-fits-all approaches. The 2080 group optimal product process represents a significant step forward in helping firms to adapt their product strategy to their culture, particularly team dynamics and requirements to formalize decisions and product strategy at the right level. The label assigned to channel and pricing is known as the business model. It also compromises services and design aspects that contribute to the overall brand experience. Understanding the product market fit challenge to create a good product, the product manager must manage three separate areas: The, the answers must include address the correct customer issues, resolve such issues completely, be accessible through a suitable channel for customers to locate the product, and at an appealing price for customers to purchase the product. We can see here, yes, over here, this triangle is the three categories mentioned above are known as the product market fit triangle, which is this triangle. Its their corners are product, problem, and business model. Here, understanding the product market fit challenge is precisely focused on this box, or we can say those 4 quarters, by constructing just one, by concentrating just on the issue and product access. 4 unique types of product management difficulties emerge. We have optimize, where we have both of problem and product solution are defined, and regarding market driven, in this case we have our problem, we can know what is it, but how to resolve it, this is something undefined, and there are some research should be implemented in order to reach to our goal. The technical driven, in this case, we have the solution. We know how to perform such techniques, but we don't know about the problem itself. And lastly, the 4th quarter, it is visionary, both of problem and product solution are undefined. And the last stage, we are going to speak about the becoming lean. Through this chapter, we discussed about practices. Practices are activities that can be taught and followed. Given a set of conditions, following the practice should positively correlate with success. It is also important to understand them deeply enough. However, to know when they should and should not be followed. The great danger of listing practices in a guide like this is that readers might blindly follow them, believing that simply going through the motions will deliver the desired outcome or rewards. Think deeply about the change you are looking to. Realize and ask if a given practice will help facilitate that change. Then add the practice, giving the team enough time to become skilled with it. Once it is working, examine it to make sure it is working as planned. Product management focuses on the problem space, engineering on solution space. Design happens in the middle and is collaborative team effort as practiced by those companies with a design maturity level. Understand the problem space to identify unmet needs and get feedback in the solution space. Teams sit with your team. Distribution, as a distribution team is constrained, prioritize variable and face-to-face communication, dedicate one or more team members to design. Do not overlook this critical role. Only detail market and product requirements that have a high probability of being developed. Thus, do not specify the whole product in detail upfront. Likewise, only research question on which you will take action once you have the answers. Think in terms of minimum marketable features, which is briefly stated here as MMF represent a granular element of value that is easy for the business side to track and understand. The development team might further break MMF down into stories and tasks, and the probability that the MMF will be developed becomes hard. Validate. This ties in with the principle of ABV. Always be validating. Validation is continually process that occurs throughout the product life cycle until retirement phase. The goal is to always have a measure of product market fit and how that fit is changing over time. Perform rapid concept testing, establish KPI, measure satisfaction and loyalty. There are many other forms of validation such as market message testing for physical product, environmental and performance testing such as shock, vibration, packaging, and UV testing are all important. Skilled and knowledge area. In addition to all traditional skills, product managers have needed. There is a new set to master. Lean teams move in lockstep, collaborating and contributing at each stage. Each team member usually has an area in which they excel and for which they are responsible. These map to the traditional role, such as product management, user experience, development, testing, but there is a fluidity as team members are able to cross over, assist each other, and contribute to the solution definition and design as it moves from rough concept to finished product. Charting, facilitating the development of a charter that clearly outline the vision, mission, objective, principles, stakeholders, and boundaries of the project. The charter provides decision guidance to all people involved in the project. Emergent planning, working at different levels of details in the plan and keeping options open to adjust new learning. Quick validation, learn how to validate hypotheses quickly and take action. Continuous customer collaboration, learn how to incorporate the customer throughout the development cycle rather than at a major interval or at the end during the beta test. Measure in the context of lean product management, measures act as instrumentation that allows us to identify variations and perform the critical problem solving to improve our process. Key measures are
نرجو الانتباه.
throughput,
يمنع التدخين أو
cycle
استخدام
time,
الحجائر
progress,
الإلكترونية في أي شرب من
batch
هذه
size,
المحطة.
queues,
شاكرين لكم
resource
تعاونكم.
allocation.
Your attention
Lastly,
please.
payoff and list.
Smoking is prohibited in any part of this
One might
station,
ask,
as well as
which
the use of electronic
product
cigarettes.
placement challenge
Thank
has
you for
the
your
greatest
cooperation.
payoff? The answer depends on the level of value being created and the maturity of the market. Optimizers are not condemned to small ones. Thank you for your listening, and I hope that I have briefly summarized the book in those slides. Thank you so much.